Hey everyone, so today we're going to dig into the financial model behind Real Broker. We're going to look at how the whole thing, the commissions, the passive income, the stock, is all built for one reason really. And that's to help you, the agent, break out of that deal-to-deal cycle and start building some actual long-term wealth.
Okay, so here's the plan for today. We're going to walk through this just like an agent would build their wealth here. First, we'll talk commissions, the money you make right now. Then, passive income. And finally, we'll get to the really exciting part, becoming a company owner. Sound good? Let's get into it. All right, first things first. Let's talk about your commission plan. I mean, this is the most immediate part of your income, right? So let's see how it's set up to maximize what you actually take home on every single deal. So right out of the gate, the model is super straightforward. It's an 85-15 split. And what that means is, from your very first transaction, you are keeping 85% of your commission. There are no complicated tiers or sliding scales you have to climb to get there. You just get a really solid split from day one.
Now, that 15% going to the company, yeah, that doesn't last forever. There's a $12,000 annual cap. Once you've contributed that amount, boom, you switch to a 100% split for the rest of your anniversary year. And you got to look at that last line because it's a big one. Zero, absolutely zero monthly desk fees or franchise fees. That's huge.
Okay, so you might be wondering what happens once I cap. Well, that 15% split completely disappears. Instead, you just pay a flat $285 transaction fee per sale. As for the other costs, you've got a one-time sign-up fee when you join and then a $750 annual fee. But what's really nice is that annual fee just comes out of your first couple commissions. You're not writing a big check for it up front.
All right, making a great commission is one thing. But what if you could make money even when you're on vacation or just taking a break? That's where we get into the second pillar of this whole model, building a true passive income stream.
So how does that work? It's through something called revenue share. And honestly, the concept is pretty simple. When you bring another great agent into the company, Real rewards you with a piece of the company's side of the commission from their deals. It's basically a recurring referral bonus. And the key here is it costs that other agent absolutely nothing. It comes from the company's split, not their pocket.
And this is where that income can really start to multiply. For the agents you personally bring in, that's your tier 1, you get 5%, which can be up to $4,000 a year per agent. But here's the kicker. It doesn't stop there. When they bring someone in, you get paid on them too. And when their people bring someone in, well, you see where this is going. It cascades down 5 whole levels. It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
Okay, that sounds almost too good to be true, right? So, is there a catch? What do you actually have to do to unlock this income and, keep it coming?
Well, the requirements are actually pretty simple. To earn from those deeper tiers, you just have to sponsor more agents on your first tier. Makes sense. And to keep it all active, you just need to close about 1 or 2 deals every 6 months. But this is where the model gets kind of revolutionary. After you've been with the company for 3 years, that revenue share is yours for life, as long as you keep your license active. And it gets even better. After 5 years, it becomes willable. You can actually leave this income stream to a beneficiary. It's a true legacy asset.
Okay, so we've covered immediate income and passive income. Now for the third, and maybe the most powerful, piece of this wealth-building puzzle, becoming a true owner in the company. We're talking about stock.
So there are actually 4 main avenues to getting shares in the company. You can see it's a mix of things. You can earn free stock as a reward for doing well, but you also have the choice to buy in if you want to accelerate your ownership.
Let's break down the 2 main ways this works. On one hand, you have the option to buy stock yourself. You can set aside a small piece of your commission, say 5 or 10%, to buy shares, and the company sweetens the deal by giving you bonus shares on top of that. Then, on the other hand, you have free stock awards. This is stuff you get automatically just for hitting production goals and helping the company grow.
And we're not talking about a few shares here and there. I mean, you get 150 shares just for capping each year. But look at this. A high-producing agent who also helps out with training and mentoring can rack up $24,000 in stock awards in a single year. And remember, that's on top of their 100% commissions and their revenue share. It adds up fast. So you can have the best financial model in the world, but it needs a powerful engine to make it all run smoothly, right? So let's take a quick look at the tech and support that actually powers all of this for the agents.
Because Real is a cloud-based brokerage, your entire business is basically in the palm of your hand. It all runs through this one app called reZEN. In there, you track everything in real time.
Your transactions, how close you are to capping, your rev share, your stock portfolio, it's all there. Plus, you get a really powerful AI-driven CRM, your own e-signature tool, and this amazing internal community for referrals and collaboration. Oh, and the training library is massive. We're talking hundreds of classes you can take whenever you want.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. Commissions, passive income, stock ownership, the tech that holds it all together. Now let's zoom out and look at the big picture. How does this all come together to create a fundamentally different way of doing business?
Yeah, this really lays it all out, doesn't it? The traditional way, it's just one income stream. You live and die by your next commission check, and there's really no exit plan. But this model is totally different. It's designed around creating 3 distinct income streams. You've got your commissions for your short-term needs, your revenue share for that recurring cash flow, and then your stock for true long-term wealth and equity.
So, the big takeaway here is that you're not just earning a living from one deal to the next. You're actually building a diversified business. Every single piece, the commissions, the rev share, the stock, they're all working together to create something stable and valuable that grows over time.
You know, there's a saying that really gets to the heart of this whole philosophy, and it's this: you're not just hanging your license somewhere, you're becoming a partner. And that's really the entire goal, to shift your mindset from just being an agent to being a true business owner.
And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. When you start combining all of these streams, income for now, cash flow for later, and equity for the future, it really forces you to think differently. So the question for you is, what could building a real business, instead of just working a job, actually mean for your future?